Some say it's the sea, mourning the disturbance of a sacred path.
Get raw bulges again. Most women think that raw bulges are unavoidable, but it's big brands that have failed to make bras that truly.
Matthew Sheffield, really? Okay, I guess I'd probably put him on the first area with you to get him going with offense.
And countless suicides long to the depths below. Some say the bridge absorbs emotion, holding it like a wound that never heals. The sensation of hands pressing against their back, urging them forward to the boards. On foggy nights, a faint sobbing can be heard, echoing between the beams, too human to ignore, too hollow to be alive. The Alexandra Bridge may be a vital passage between provinces, but to those who cross it alone at night, it is a place where grief lingers, and the veil between this world and the next wears dangerously thin. 9. Bill Thorpe, Walking Bridge, Fredericton, New Brunswick. What was once a bustling railway bridge is now the Bill Thorpe Walking Bridge, a peaceful pedestrian path by day. But as night falls, it gives way to something far more chilling. Built in the late 19th century and left their mark here. Locals speak of a man in tattered clothes who walks the bridge in silence, vanishing when approached. Others report the sound of advancing footsteps fading behind them, always just out of sync with their own. On cold nights, a dense fog rolls in, and with it, the scent of burning coal, though no train has passed in decades. Some have even heard the ghostly rumble of an old locomotive, gazing the bridge as if it had been trying to break through. The Bill Thorpe Walking Bridge is a scenic trail of my life, but after dark, it becomes a path walked not just by the living, but by the haunted remnants of those who never left. East Bridge, Calgary, Alberta. Its name suggests serenity, but the Peace Bridge in Calgary tells a different story once the sun goes down. Opened in 2012, this sleek red helix of steel spans the Low River, known for its modern beauty and vibrant beauty, but also for something far more unsettling. Built near the site of historic ground and whispered tragedy, the bridge seems to carry a hidden darkness beneath its polished frame. Joggers wait at night report seeing a figure standing motionless in the middle of the walkway, dressed in black, face obscured, vanishing when approached. Others claim to feel watched, even followed, with no one else around. On certain volumes, a low hum can be heard, like distant chanting or a breathless whisper, rising from the river below. Some believe it's the spirits of those who died with the ice water, seeking warmth, recognition, or revenge. Bones malfunction, footsteps echo louder than they should, and time itself gets distorted. The Peace Bridge may promise connection and calm, but beneath its surface, something ancient and unseen moves with the current, reminding us that even the most beautiful places can harbor the most restless souls. These lofty, haunted bridges in the dark, or whispers turning to every beauty.
Aspire is built to drive business outcomes. We help you make money and save money. And Aspire. In the show, I think we talked about it last week, something like that. But now we are diving into it one more time because of a new article published. This was on TVA Sports from earlier, 3 days ago, by Nick Kluche. And it is something that I think we should dive into because it could be a super big trade opportunity for the Montreal Canadiens. So, without further ado, I'm going to leave the link in the description for this post made by Kluche. Everything you need to know about Carey Price's contract and the odds that he will be traded. Last time we had spoken about the idea of trading Price because his contract is kind of an albatross. Yes, it's true that his $10+ million AAV has just been placed on the LTIR every year, but there also is the concern that says that, hey, if you use LTIR space, if your rookies end up achieving their bonuses, you will get cap overage penalties the year after. That's been a pretty common
Wow, they have team loves him. Shit, okay.
guys have to be pretty good. You also have the fact that it's forced the Canadians to go into the LTIR every single year, which is obviously not ideal. It's not terrible. Obviously, you can use LTIR space to spend more money than you would have been able to otherwise. You could go over the cap, etc., etc. But still, having less, oh man, I don't use the word baggage, but having less baggage on your salary cap management is just, in theory, better. Not saying that Terry Price is baggage, man. He was so good. It's just he got hurt and he wasn't able to continue playing. But anyways, let's go back over on the Cloutier's piece and dive into what it is that he writes about in regards to Carey Price's contract situation. Will Carey Price be traded this summer, having been out of action since 2022? Nobody can predict that. However, it's believed that resigning his contract has never been more likely than it is now. With the most pivotal summer of Montreal Canadiens GM10 spring approaching, and with a year left on the star goaltender's massive contract, there was virtually no chance of returning due to knee problems, this scenario becomes extremely relevant to consider. Why is the contract tradable? Why would teams want to trade the contract when they could let the final year lapse? Why would teams want the contract of a player who hasn't played since 2022? The information circulating on the subject is confusing. Price is no longer around. He is no longer accessible to the media. There is a certain opacity surrounding the situation. This is what Cloutier does us all the worthy honor of laying it all out for us. Establishing some facts over here. 1. Carey Price will complete the final year of his 8-year, $84 million contract in 25-26. His salary for the upcoming season is $7.5 million. Isn't it more like $2 million? No. In addition to his base salary of $2 million, he must add the final signing bonus that Price is due to receive, which is $5.5 million. It has been reported on some platforms that this bonus will be paid to Price on July 1st. We are told that instead it will be paid on September 1st. Information that our colleague Raymond Law has corroborated for us. Why is this interesting? Well, because a team that acquires Price before September 1st must assume the payment of that bonus. However, we have reason to believe that this bonus is largely covered by the insurance company with which the Canadians do business. In a large study published in 2013 on the financial losses caused by concussions, Dr. Michael D. Cusimano reported that insurance companies cover 80% of the salary of an injured player after an absence of 30 games. However, a publication on the Maltese public database Cap Friendly, which was purchased by the Capitals, alluded in 2021 to a cap of 60% for the insurable salary of players aged 35 and over.
Searching for homes on households feels a lot like when your playlist shuffles to the
Yeah, my center is ass. Like shit.
homes with households.
Out here, it's survival of the fittest. Welcome to Super Newbie territory.
We can confirm that insurance covers 60% of Price's signing bonus and salary without actually seeing the contract, but we can assume that insurance covers a sizable portion. So the bonus may not be as big of an obstacle as one might think if teams quest to offload Price's contract to another team. Essentially, what Cloutier is saying here is Price has a big, beefy salary bonus that he's going to have to get paid out